Heyo, it's Thursday night. It's Paint and Pendulum on Heroes and Hooligans. We're back. Who wants to give a recap? There was a near lot that happened this week. Fast pace.
It was soft and fluffy in its tiny plush form, and maybe it was going to stay that way. That's it.
No.
It was so
You
close.
made bad choices and then we reaped the consequences.
But did you die?
Not yet, but there's still time.
Okay, so the no part of not means you're fine.
Yeah.
But, okay, I guess I'll give the recap. Because why would I not regale you with my bardic abilities to do so? To tell epic stories of adventure. And in our last epic adventure, we continued through Kaljarta. We had done a couple of the schools of magic before. We had already done evocation, illusion, and necromancy. So we knew we were going towards the rest of the schools. We went to the enchantment room, which had Lauren, who I think isn't our friend anymore, but they also tried to keep us. So screw that. And some other little tiny creatures. And we wanted to stay and hang out, but not the way that they wanted us to. We kind of just wanted to visit, have some brunch sort of thing. But they were like more Dr. Haber feeling, where they were like, no, stay forever. And it just didn't work out. So we didn't stay forever. And then we went on to the divination.
One time.
Yeah. Divination room, where I think Sai received a subscription to the Pigeon News Network, and there was a living map of Benalia. And then we went to the conjuration room, where there was a conjuration circle, and a giant demon monkey popped up, which got turned into a tiny, soft, cute, little fluffy plush guy. And I just thought we could be friends. And then we went to another room, and when we went to the other room, the spell that was keeping him a tiny little plush guy actually went away, and he got back, and we got shocked to shit from a giant Tesla coil and had to fight this demon, and that was it. There may be some friendly words exchanged between compatriots in regards to decisions made. Some people not happy people touched sparky electrical objects. Some people not happy about stuffed animals. It's okay, because at the end of the day, we didn't die. And that's the recap.
That's great.
I don't think I forgot anything.
Any other takeaways? Team?
I think that's pretty much everything. Also, Alvera has some horrible cursed skull that she is refusing to tell us anything about.
It's not a skull. It is a mask. It is not cursed. And horrible is just perspective.
Like I said, Alvera's being cagey about it all.
Nobody puts aloe vera in a cage. Thank you.
All right. Who has the Pigeon News Network? Okay, you feel a rustling of. You have it in a pocket or a satchel or a bag or a fold of some sort. So you feel a bit of a rustling.
I will reach up into the fold and take a look at what's happening.
Yeah, you hear. This just in. Oh, Emperor Justinian has been killed. I repeat, Emperor Justinian has been assassinated. This just in from the palace in Asperon. The wise and just venerable emperor has been found dead inside of his chambers. This story is developing.
Where is Asperon? I just asked the party at random.
South of Matria towards the mountains.
Their emperor is dead.
I'm already struggling with you being a mushroom. Now you know things. How? What's happening? Who are you? And where is my tree?
I know things because I am a magic mushroom. And I don't know where your tree is. I thought I was your tree, but apparently I am a magic mushroom.
Mushrooms are kind of like trees.
I mean, the two are connected. We talk to each other often. Have you checked underneath me? Perhaps I just got turned upside down, and I start picking up my feet, looking at the floor and going, is it important that Emperor Justinian is dead?
If news recalls to my brain very rightly, that means that is the place where young, shiny, not hero boy is actually from, if you remember. And one of the magical items potentially located there. Or there.
I do not even remember what genera I belong to, what kingdom I belong to, let alone the importance of Emperor Justinian of wherever. I don't know who I am, but he's dead. We might care. Do you think that Shiny Boy was related to him somehow?
Well, I think Shiny Boy, he's an Atazan and is from the desert area of Asperon. So I don't know. Emperor Justinian could be Justinian Atazan. Could not be. We don't know. Could be. Could not. There's no, if you don't have a last name, that's it. But could be.
Did they say how the emperor died? Do you know that? I mean,
Found dead in his chambers. Investigation ongoing. That's what the pigeon said.
Well, if you recall, Shiny Boy also had a sword on him, which very well could have been the Atazan heirloom, and could be why the guy is now dead, the Emperor.
What? How does the fact that Shiny Boy had a sword mean the Emperor is dead? I am confused.
Well, you don't remember because you don't know who you are, but we had a discussion briefly not long ago before coming to Kaljarta about the possibility of Gendley being a dragon, or dragons being at play. So if the sword is meant to be a dragon killer, then wouldn't, if a dragon come into possession of the sword, want to wipe out anybody with family heirloom ties to that sword so that they could never find it again?
Maybe.
maybe it's a coup.
Also,
dragon-
could very well be.
What
I
if
mean, the fact that he was found in his chambers dead, I mean, that sounds like some insider type of information, like an inside job. I mean, he did have two different houses, the House of the Mind and the House of the Heart, consulting him. So I don't know. Maybe somebody got some beef there. I don't know.
It also doesn't feel dragony. Like,
Yeah, wouldn't
I
the
would-
dragon just eat him, not leave his body in the chamber?
Frederick wasn't eaten. He was left with the word hero carved into him. Now, if I was an emperor's advisor, court, whoever was left to take care of nonsense after they died, I maybe might not release all details of said investigation to the news network, because the more that everybody knows, the easier it is for the criminal to get away. So maybe they're just saying, we just found him dead, but they didn't give out any extra details to the Pigeon News Network.
Or they're not doing it because they're not releasing the information because they're involved and they're trying to figure out how to cover the tracks.
You did it, didn't you, Ivy?
Oh no, it would have been definitely a cleaner kill if it was me. Plus, I've been with you guys.
She's right. She's been with us.
But you're a wizard. You can teleport everywhere, right?
I mean, I can't even teleport out of here. What are we really talking about here?
That's fair. Well, anyway, we should know that that is happening, apparently, because the pigeon said so. And as for leaking information to Pigeon News Network, I have no idea how Pigeon News Network works. Do we know what their sources are?
Pigeons, presumably.
I would assume.
Maybe we should finish up here so we can get back to doing the things, because it seems like things keep happening even when we're here.
That's fair.
Well, the world doesn't stop because 5 random adventurers from all over Benalia, decided to go to Kaljarta.
I'm kind of offended that that's not a thing. Like, the world should stop for us. It's us.
I think we need to get more powerful before that happens. And I don't know if we want that much power.
Just their
Well,
emotions.
speak for your own gills, because I want more power than I have now.
Okay.
Said like a true politician.
I have the power of the sun. What more do I need?
Yep.
Well,
All right. So you are in Kaljarta. You've just received some news from outside of Kaljarta. This is kind of how Pigeon News Network will work. It is sort of your window into world events. It's not something you can interact with, but you'll get an occasional headline
That's cool.
around the realm.
Gives us a way to know a little bit more what's going on.
Ivy, do you want to talk a little bit more about the House of the Mind and the House of the Heart?
Yeah, so as far as I know, both houses advised, I guess you would say the late king. And basically, so we have the House of the Mind, aka the erudites, which are basically all of the really super cool smarty brains that are over there on Calfax. And they basically are just responsible for kind of advising the king on logical steps about the kingdom. Not very in touch, though, with really any ambitions or, any slights. They're not really all about that. They're just mostly about, very technical, logical steps. But of course, they forget some very important aspects of human nature, I would say. Kind of like a little short-sighted, if you would. And that's where the House of Hearts comes into play. The empaths, who I believe they are in Matria, if I remember correctly. I think that's where they're stationed. And they're mostly, all lovey-dovey, peace and love. Not really.
Immaculate vibes.
All the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
They're mostly just kind of like, they see more about the irrational side. Unfortunately, both of these groups are very short-sighted, and you would think that they would balance each other out, but unfortunately not all the time. So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of suspicious that there might have been some tipping of power in one of these groups that could have possibly led to the Dear King's untimely demise, if you will.
Yes, well said. Well said.
So
Okay,
we should wrap
okay.
it up here and make it to Asperon as quick as possible, is what I'm hearing.
Okay. I think I'm feeding back. No, I'm good.
Planning on going to Asperon?
All right. So you have one school of magic left. One left. One room left.
Oh boy.
Yep. You are currently in the room of abjuration. Ivy leads the way. Hieronymus runs right on down there too. One of them got a kill shot.
Kill shot.
Okay, you walk in to this room. You pass a locked door, by the way.
Okay.
But you walk into this room, and here is a little preview of what you see. A little too big. You see a large glass area, cage, glass enclosure with a claw that hangs from the ceiling, and there's two controls on the outside where you can interact with this. Inside, you see plush toys of all shapes. There are bears, there are cats, there are all sorts of animals, creatures. There's also in there with Sunny's passive perception of 17, you see two things that are not creatures. There is a plushy book and a plushy key.
Ooh.
If my studies tell us, Sonny, we should be at transmutation.
I'm guessing these things turn into things after you take them out and do not stay plushy.
Based on the last plushie we encountered, be very careful.
Yeah, let's get the book.
Okay.
Let's get
All
the
right,
book.
you see fine print. There are some rules. There are actually rules in the fine print that you can read. Let's take a look at those right now. So the rules are: you will roll your skill, and you will attempt to grab an item. Each item will have a different difficulty check on it. The more items that are pulled out of the machine successfully, the easier it will get to grab the other items. So, starts quite difficult. Be warned, it is quite difficult at the beginning. Gets progressively easier. This will be a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Someone roll an insight check.
I wish I was my former self, or maybe my future self.
18?
Either
18?
way, I'm better at this.
Mine is 19.
I got a
Okay.
26 insight.
You see some numbers scrawled around. 30, 26, 24, 20, 16, 12, 8, 4.
You said 30, 26, 24, 20, 16, 12, 8, and 4.
Yep.
Okay.
As you're not legal cleric, I feel like there has to be a way to cheat.
4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5, it's counting by 4s.
Yep.
Except for 26. And 30.
I'm 30. Yeah.
Well, 30 is plus 4 from 26.
How do we get from 20 to 20 from 24 to 26 though? Let's see. 4 plus 8 is 12. 4 plus 12 is 16.
I wonder if we can use like Mage Hand to lift the thing up to make it easier to get the first item.
Oh.
I'm sure magical claw machines have magical barriers, but if you want to try, it's your ass, not mine.
Well, just like not getting the thing out of there, just getting it lifted up to make it easier to grab something with the claw.
Fair. Like, if the book was under a bear, we'll move the bear to get to the book.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have Mage Hand. I'm just trying to think about, like, what are
I do.
ways we could interact with this.
And I also happen to be decently slightful with my hands.
I was going to
But-
say, you have sticky feathers. You should go for it.
I am a rascal. I'm a rascal. That's why.
A little bit of a rascal.
Just a little.
Doesn't that mean you're a pirate?
Yes.
A little bit of a
mean-
rascal.
Sonny, we've been hanging out for a little while now, right?
Mhm.
All right, so I feel like I can level with you then. Yeah, I'm a pirate, but my ship crashed and my captain left me, and now I'm here. See what I'm saying?
Now you're the captain.
But you don't look like a parrot or a seagull.
Well, my egg was won in a poker game, and I was hatched at sea. And my musical inclinations and my abilities to conjure stories and weave words with my mind really grabbed a hold of the captain and his folks, and they kept me around for more than just swabbing the poop deck. Sometimes I even got to drink the grog. I only got scurvy. 3 feathers.
Not bad.
But I turned over a new leaf when I met Sai. So I'm less rascally now.
It says something about you that meeting a rogue made you less rascally.
Yeah, because you're a different type of roguey individual.
Right,
Like,
I'm an assassin.
those leaves that cut shit up. But you have
We're down to
something
earth too.
in your super down to earth, very rooted in reality sometimes, where I tend to live with my head in the clouds, sort of. It's like this
You
whole
are
Ebony
parts of
Ivory
the-
balance.
Anyway, so did you want to try to get something?
I
I don't
mean,
understand anymore. I think I might have used to.
we could try. A book and a key does sound interesting.
I am not good at sleight of hand right now.
I am going to concentrate on myself, guiding myself with my own magical energies to do what I need to do. And 22 sleight of hand, Mr. World.
Just going for it.
Yeah, just gonna try to get to it.
Okay. Everyone else sees Alvira. What would we call it when someone blinks? Blinks. And inside the cage is a little bird, plushy bird.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I don't think that worked out the way we expected that to work out.
Well, hang on. This is the Chamber of Abjuration.
No,
Well, it makes
transmutation.
No, this is
Transmutation.
transmutation.
Transmutation. My apologies. I'm new to being a magic mushroom. So it makes sense that it would transmute her into a plushie. Although I really wonder why these wizards are so into their stuffed animals.
I mean, also, I feel like Alvira might appreciate being a stuffed animal, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because of how much she was excited by the turtle.
Oh, I think she'd appreciate being a stuffed animal. I don't think she'd appreciate being kept in a box.
That's fair.
Alvira, in 1 minute, I want you to make a stealth check.
I'm trying to think of options here. I don't think that would work.
If you look at the numbers, you see 30 has faded away.
Oh, it's how we have to do it. It is to do the thing.
Yes, which means we have to do it several more times before it gets anywhere reasonable.
And so the question is, should I just try it? Because I'm not good at this type of stuff.
I'm gonna say
it will make it easier for someone else who might be good at it.
You want to be a stuffy?
No, but I think that someone needs to succeed in order for us to get to the point where or someone needs to fail in order for us to get to the point where we can possibly succeed.
when you say that to me, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna do my head over to the 4 acolytes that we have with us.
I mean, they are here for an education.
There's no better education than doing things yourself. Step on over, kids. It's your time to shine and be the heroes again.
Are you really doing that?
I mean, we need to keep them alive, though, because they are important.
Well,
getting Alvira back alive.
I think that's a priority.
I'm a little uncomfortable with sending children into this.
Are they really children, though? They're like young adults.
They have the experience, the life experience of children.
They are level 1 adventurers.
I am a brand new mushroom, and I am convinced they are children.
That is a fair assessment. Well, it's either they go in there or we go in there. And when you really think about it, at least if they go in there, we can still brainstorm on a way to get them out. But if we're in there, we might get... They're definitely not going to get out.
Well, how many of us are there? Let's see. If one of us takes the 26, and one of us takes the 24... Nope, at least one of them is going to have to go in there for us to get to an achievable target.
Alvira, what's your stealth check?
A big fat 8.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking like cutest
roll a D8 for me, please.
Oh, a D8. That sounds dangerous.
Okay.
4.
That is okay. You see something rustling. Roll initiative.
All of us are just Elvira?
Nope, just Alvira.
Oh no!
13.
Okay. Let me roll. Okay, you have initiative. You see a what looks like an ape start to move. Everyone else can see this. You start to see things moving inside. Have you guys decided? So everybody go ahead and roll initiative and roll initiative for me, and we will you guys can make your decisions in order.
Sunny is unexpectedly decisive.
Oh god, I rolled a 3.
9. Okay. All right, let's do this. Sunny, your turn.
I cast Spirit Guardians. On myself. and then I go and try to use the. Can I also try to use the things to grab the key?
I think that's an action. What is Spirit Guardian?
You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit
Yeah,
around.
but is it an action? Is it a bonus
it's
action?
An action? It's an action.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to choose.
I'm going to use Spirit Guardians. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. They appear as angelic suns. When I cast a spell, I designate any number of creatures that I can see to be unaffected by it, which I'm going to pick the party at. And the apprentices. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed saving throw, it takes 3d8 radiant damage. On a successful saving throw, it takes half as much. And it's a concentration spell, so I'm going to concentrate on it.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that if something is coming up to attack Alvira, this will, I'll be able to get close enough that it will, help fight whatever is fighting Alvira.
Yep. Alvira.
I am gonna get the biggest, most rascalist grin that an owl's beak could possibly have. I'm gonna turn and look at Sunny, and I'm gonna wink out of sight as I invisible myself.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Sai.
I am torn. So I think I'm going to start with something that is not going to be too taxing. And I'm going to, looking at this ape creature that is sneaking up on my friend and possibly attacking.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I think this plushie weighs?
To you? 3 ounces.
Perfect. From outside of the machine, I'm going to cast Catapult on it and fling it against the glass of the machine.
Doesn't work. Magic is blocked.
Well then, that's good to know.
Probably means my Spirit Guardians can't get in and help either.
Means we're going to have to go in, probably. That's my turn, though.
Okay, the ape is going to do a perception check. That would be a disadvantage, right? Or just flat out can't see.
I just believe it's at disadvantage. I don't think it really completely takes you off the map.
Mm-hmm. It's got a vague idea where you are, but it doesn't find you this round. Ivy.
I'm gonna go ahead and just can I do my I want to do my skill check. I'll just go in there with her.
Okay. 26 is the number.
Oh shit. 26 is the number. All right. I know it's not gonna do it. It's 17.
Poof. Everyone sees Ivy blink, and inside of the machine, you see a little plushy wizard. Pointy hat and all. All right. In 1 minute, your next turn, you will make a stealth check.
Okay.
Are you asking the acolytes to do anything?
If any of you feel like jumping in and taking a turn, how were you at sleight of hand? We need to figure out when you should go. If any of them are good at it, they should wait. If they're bad at it, they should jump in.
One of them has a dex of 14. So it would have a +2.
I mean, that's what I've got too, so.
Better than me.
All right, so you and I will wait until after Sunny goes in.
Okay. All right. Sunny.
Okay. 26 that I'm trying for?
You are trying for 24.
Okay. I still have an advantage sitting around, or not an advantage, a bardic inspiration. So I'm going to roll and see, then decide if I want to use it after I see what I roll. It was not worth using. A little plush Sunny appears.
That's right. Poof.
But
so inside there's a little plushy sun with the little pointy yellow points.
Does my concentration spell keep working?
No.
Aw.
Nope.
Oh well. Okay.
Alvira.
Okay. So how far away is this thing from me, Mr. World?
At this scale, you can get to it, and you could. It's within 30 feet at your scale.
Okay. So I want to move to it. And I'm still invisible until the end of my turn.
Okay.
And I would like it to make me a intelligence 16 saving throw, please.
Good one. Roll to 17, -2, 15, fails.
All right. So it is going to take 12 psychic damage. And because I am still invisible under Tail of the Phantom, it is going to also take some necrotic damage and be frightened of me until the end of the next turn. And my bardic is the D6, I believe. Yes, I think. D6. So it'll take 5 necrotic damages as well.
Okay. Good stuff. Sigh.
I suppose I will give this a shot.
Okay, your DC is 20.
15.
Poof. Inside.
All right.
Ivy and the Acolytes see a plushy. We're not going to use Mario. What's the mushroom name in Mario Kart? Something similar to that. All right, Ivy.
I rolled a 15 on my stealth check.
Oh, you're already in?
Yeah, I was 26.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You went in. 15. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. You disturb nothing. Wait, is everyone in?
Yeah, we are.
Everyone is inside.
Except the acolyte.
Did you give the acolytes any instructions?
Yes, I told them to roll after us.
Okay. They're going to do it at the bottom of the order. Okay, 15. That's good. No one sees that. So it is their turn. The acolytes are going to roll. Would someone like to roll for the acolytes? Or would you like me to roll for them?
So you can roll for them. But before going in, I had told them, I was like, a big rule of adventuring is you do not leave party members behind.
Yep. Okay. So 16 plus 2. They rolled a 20. What were they going for?
They need to beat a 16.
Yep, they did. What were they trying to get? You see the claw come down.
I hadn't told them what to get, but if I see them coming,
You see it grab the book.
Okay.
The book moves over, falls down into a slot. You see them celebrating, looking through the book. Okay. The next one we'll try. So this one is a 12. No bonus. Succeeds.
Nice.
Who do they like?
Sunny.
They're going to reach down and get Sunny. Sunny, you feel yourself pulled up, dropped into a chute, and when you pop out of the chute, you are yourself again, back in the room.
That was kind of fun. I shouldn't deliberately yell it.
You see them reading an arcane book. Looks like a spell book. All right, the next one has a, what is this? 6. Their next check.
8.
8.
There we go. 15.
Oh yeah.
Just down. Ivy pulled out. No, Psy. It would be Psy. Ivy did kill one of them.
Wait.
Psy, you feel yourself pulled up by your mushroom cap, thrown into a chute, and when you slide out the other side, you are yourself again.
Good job. You listened so well.
They've
That was
been
very
making
well
all their checks. Okay, and the last one just has to get a 4.
Fucking dead.
Succeeds.
Get Alvira.
Alvira's invisible. That's the problem.
Oh, damn.
Ivy. You get pulled up, thrown into the chute. You become yourself again.
What happens to the numbers that we saw once we've run through them all?
They all disappear.
We still need to find Elvira and get her out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it again. Wait, no, because we can't see her.
Yep.
Can she?
You can see the.
I'm going to try to get the key. Maybe we can just open it up.
That's a good idea.
Roll anything but a 1.
I rolled a 2. I requested anything but a 1.
Okay, you see a plush key go into the chute, and then you hear it rattling around as if it's made of metal, and it drops out, and sure enough, it's a metal key.
Is there a keyhole?
There is a keyhole.
Is it on the thing? Or is it like on the door across the room?
No, it's both actually. There's one on the door and one on the machine.
Try using the key on the machine.
Okay. It opens up. You can access the inside of the machine.
Alvira, are you in here? I reach around looking for Alvira.
Start smacking Pleasant out the way.
Then my invisibility will end because it would be till the end of my next turn. So
Your invisibility is ending. So
yeah.
Okay. So Alvira gets pulled out. As you reach your hand in, you start to feel things coming alive. There's a rhinoceros. There's a giant ape, which has already come alive. There's a hulking crab. There's a giant constrictor snake. There's a cave bear. There's an elephant. There's an awakened white moose. There's a giant boar. Did I say rhinoceros? I think so.
Grab her and close it. Grab her and close it.
Okay, I pull her out and I close the door.
Okay. As soon as
If she stay
Alvira comes out,
Plushy Alvira would be amazing.
There's a minute there where you're not sure if Elvira is going to come back to life. Didn't go through the chute, but then it happens. The polymorph wears off, and it happens. All right, you have the key, and you find that key will also work in the door to leave. The acolytes are now convinced that they are dragging all of your tired, washed. Just like they're washed. We gotta save them every time. Every time.
They grow up so fast.
I'm just gonna look at Sai and be like, this is why next time they just need to go in. They just need to go in. Can I look at the book?
They've already looked at the book.
Okay.
And they have learned a spell.
Oh, I wonder what it is.
They have learned the spell Fabricate.
That is a useful spell. You should use it well in your adventures. Also, really well done on the whole not leaving a party member behind thing. That's very important.
They are very proud of themselves.
Well done.
They believe they are adventuring. Are we adventuring?
You are adventuring, and the fact that you did not leave us behind makes you adventurers instead of jerks.
Yes. All right, you can go through the door and into this room that appears to have a portal.
I'm going to look at the kids and go, I believe you have earned the right to do as Ivy says. Would you like to go first?
You see some inscriptions. Anyone who knows arcane, you see that this is a portal to Calthax.
Ivy is very excited. I will relay the message. Do you guys understand where this takes us? This takes us to Calthax.
Boop. You jump in immediately. You don't have to tell them twice.
We should follow them to make sure they don't die, and I jump in as well.
Okay.
Oh, but are we supposed to go to Calthax though?
Is nobody gonna listen?
I'm not leaving Sai. We can go.
I'm just confused because we brought him to Caljarta and now we're going to Calthax. We didn't even get him to their instructors. Unless that's the whole point of Caljarta is to get through it to get to Calthax.
Maybe.
Yeah, that is kind of the point. This is sort of a test, pocket dimension test to gain entry into the House of the Mind.
All Sai knows is that we told them we would keep them from dying, so we have to go where they go to make sure they don't die.
I'll hold my wing out to Ivy and say, well, I guess we go too.
I guess so. I just interlock my arm with your wing. We can jump in together.
Yep. And we do.
All right. You find yourself. Give me 1 second. You may find yourself. This is not my... Okay. The first thing you notice is the setting sun. You probably expected to find yourself back in the forest of Kamachkalan, but instead you see a vista of the ocean behind glass. You are in the top of a lighthouse. Looking down, you see a building complex of finely sculpted granite. Its corners, windows, and doors are adorned with shining copper, with no signs of oxidation from the salty ocean air. Perfectly manicured lanes and pathways meander around the sawgrass-covered grounds of an island roughly 3 acres. Just then, the door in front opens on the grounds, looking down at the complex. You can see this. Two figures come stumbling out. A tall, lean figure looks back, pushing their plush, diminutive friend on. You notice the clouds seem to cast a rapidly creeping shadow falling across the island. Just then, a figure steps out of the door and casually strides towards the robed pair. Their desperation and terror is palpable, even from your vantage 250 feet away. As much as they try to run, the figure, a female in dark crimson leather, strides almost impossibly fast towards them. As she approaches, they attempt to cast spells, which are casually brushed aside before two swipes, one with a long blade in her left and another with a short blade in her right hand. The bodies crumple ingloriously to the ground. After briefly kneeling by the bodies, the figure walks over to a nearby wall and writes 4 letters in blood and gore. The figure then continues walking towards the rocky cliff. Just as it appears they will topple off into the ocean below, they appear to dissipate into a wisp of smoke or mist. As you watch the smoke, the sun breaks through the clouds again. If you look along the ocean, you will see a shadow in the form of a dragon flying to the east. As you approach the library of Calthax, you see the letters MIND written in blood and gore on the wall.
I fear we are too late.
Well, it kind of brings my dragon theory back to the surface, just saying.
I mean, you're right.
You're right. What color dragon was it, Mr. World? Could we see or no?
You didn't see a dragon, you saw the shadow of a dragon on the ocean.
Okay. Shadow, okay.
Could have been flying a dragon. That lady who's out here just killing everybody for no reason. I mean, well, I'm sure she has a reason. We just don't know it as of right now.
We are
the leather.
operating under the hypothesis that the dragons are taking human form to cause their trouble,
That's fair.
or rather to enact their revenge.
If that is the case, and the dragon was, or the person was wearing red leather, could be a red dragon?
Could be.
Could be.
Could be. Except for, I think my book about Hadamabashusha's dragons, when it talks about a red dragon, I think the red dragon's a boy. And I'll even historically try to recall this information to see if I remember his name. At a 17, Mr. World, do I remember the name? I do remember the name, but do I remember the name?
Yes, you do.
Maestro is the male red dragon that lives in the crust between, or in the mountain of Harboron above Kindermunt. And the reason why the Kindermuntians are where they are and not in Harboron.
But is that dragon the only red dragon?
I mean, it's a possibility. There's an infinite amount of dragons of all colors, but it's the only one I have any historical note about.
Gotcha. Is everyone here just dead, Mr. Worldwide?
So if you go into Calthax, the acolytes are with you, by the way.
Right. I want to go into the library and look around and see.
Yeah, so the door is left open. You go in, and if you go room to room, you see that everyone is dead. There are bodies of wizards and robed figures, intellectuals, just throat slit, their stomach cut through, decapitated, in every room.
I'm going to take a paper and a quill from my bag. I'm going to write the names of everybody in our party. And I'm going to say, did not do it, had an alibi, and make the 4 acolytes sign so that we do not get pinned for this terrible, terrible mass murder.
I think Ivy is going to be overwhelmed with emotions because this is kind of something that all wizards, this is like a place where all wizards kind of want to come to. This is like an achievement to be able to step on this island and study here at this particular library and in this place. So I think that I would just be kind of overwhelmed a little bit by just the mass death and destruction that occurred in this particular area of like study.
Yeah, you know that you are rare. You were gifted, you've developed and honed your skills. You know what it took to get yourself to this level. And there are probably 40 others here like you. And this is, you've never met anyone that had your level of competency in magic. You've met a few acolytes. You've met people, you know, with a few abilities here and there. But to see what might be the greatest collection of arcane minds in the world all laying dead is absolutely a shock.
I think Sunny's going around and seeing if she can find anyone she can save. She is completely nonplussed by all these dead bodies. It's just not bothering her in the least.
Mm-hmm.
Still being I'm cheerful, but going around and like just seeing if there's anyone alive, any survivors, anyone she can get a heal into that will save them.
No.
Mr. World?
Yep.
I would like to see if we can locate the person who is dressed in the highest mage attire here, like maybe the leader of the school, the Albus Dumbledore of Calthax, somebody along those lines.
There is one person that might be still alive.
Okay.
Okay.
One person might be alive?
Yeah.
In the depths and bowels below?
Yes.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's not what I'm trying to do here.
Okay. But to Sonny's point, there is one person that might be healable.
Okay. I try to heal them if I can find them.
Okay. All right, you find a figure that laying in the midst of a workshop, building devices, and it looks like they were working on some mechanical devices when they were attacked. There's just barely a pulse, and you administer a heal, and they come back to life. Briefly, in their eyes, you see recognition and thanks. No words are spoken. And they return to their work.
Hello? Are you okay?
I'm remember your dream. Remember your dream. Remember when we were in the lighthouse at KC 426, or we were going there, and we had the dream of the man working in a workshop below that created all of the Warforged for Mrs. Deagle for KC 426. It's the Tinkerer. This is the Tinkerer.
Okay. Are you okay? I think the rest of your friends might be dead.
No response. Has gone back to work.
Anytime
Mr.
he comes up, there's like a strange one in the basement that is just building things.
Building things.
Like working in a workshop, like was knocked out, and I stood him back up and just went back to work. I wonder if he's not okay. I don't think Sonny would put it together with the dream.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Elvira?
I'm still wanting to see if we could find, even if they're dead, I can fix that. I just want to see if we could find anybody that we can notably see is of importance here, because I have one shot, one spell to be able to bring him back.
Oh, I think I have a necromancer.
Let me give a quick visual of the Tinkerer first. This is the Tinkerer working on something. This appears to be sort of there are these copper panels that are sort of curved. It looks like he may be assembling something that looks like what was rattling around in Kaljarta inside of that glass dome that shocked everyone. All right, you look, and Ivy, you would be able to identify through the robes and the what we call things on a robe. My brain is, what would you call things that are written on a robe?
Embroidery?
Like yeah.
Embroidery, but magical symbols. Yes, you would see someone that seemed to be a very senior rank.
Okay. I'm going to take the skull mask out of my bag. I'm going to put it on. And when Alvira puts the mask on, you see these sort of green tendrils of necromantic energy sort of kind of engulf her a little as the mask kind of forms around her beak and looks very plague doctor-y. And I'm going to use Revivify on this man's.
All right, let's look at what Revivify does. Should probably do that, right? Revivify. Revivify. Okay. Do you want to read it, or shall I?
I'm hopeful we're within the last minute, but
It's not. It's been more than a minute, unfortunately.
if it's more than a minute, it won't work. But it says you can touch a creature that has died within the last minute, and it returns to life with 1 hit point, and it cannot or restore any missing body parts.
Yep.
But I'm still going to give it an attaboy to try at least.
Yep. Definitely worth trying, but it's been more than a minute.
What is Sai saying to the acolytes?
So while this is all happening, Sai can't make heads or tails of this whole thing. But I just remembered that one of the acolytes is from this land.
Oh, Sai, by the way.
Yes.
Your identity crisis might be over. So you're going to have a decision to make. But for now, assume all things are possible.
All things are possible. But I just remembered one of the acolytes is from this land, so I'm going to turn to them and go, which one of you is from around here?
None of them are from Calthax.
No, none of them were from Calthax.
No, but one of you, the land with the Emperor Julian. Which one of you-
Asperian.
Yeah, which one of you is from that? One of you is from Asperian.
I think that was Selenium.
Yeah, if he steps forward, I'm going to go, which family are you from?
Selenium is my last name, actually. Everybody just calls me Selenium. So,
Okay. Are you related to the Emperor?
no.
Good. That's good, because somebody killed him.
How would you know that? What?
I have birds in my head. It's a tree thing or a mushroom thing. It's a thing. I'm really glad that you're not related to the Emperor. Is this the House of the Mind? Tell me about the mind and the heart thing. And I'm just going to be sort of starting to grill them on that, because I'm like suddenly going, wait, if we're in the House of the Mind and the House of the Mind, like, I'm almost having an Elvira-ish moment,
They are,
but in a sigh sort of way.
yeah, they are, they're not quite, their first level adventurers, they're not quite ready for this level.
Yeah.
This has been their life's goal since they were very young, since they first figured out how to do prestidigitation. And they've gotten here, and everyone like them. They've finally seen people that were like them, and everyone is dead.
Yes. Okay. So here's my next question, because you all are rich children. So, well, rich young adults at this point. I will grant you that. So my question to you next is, which one of you can call home and tell them to send a cleric with big diamonds?
They don't have any way to call home. They're in the middle of the ocean.
Hang on. Let me see if I have a way to call home. I think I might have taken that spell. Oh, yeah. When did I wind up with young adults?
You
Ken-
know someone to call?
Just-
I don't know someone to call.
It starts to, Ivy,
Yes.
it starts to occur to you that there's a chance that you and these 4 acolytes are the only wizards left. True wizards.
I'm gonna get more depressed. And then I'm gonna be the only one with these kids. No, I'm going to okay, I'm gonna assume that they're feeling about the same way that I'm feeling in
Yes.
terms of okay. So
Probably more frightened than you are, but yeah, all of the
Yeah.
other feels, yes.
I think I will tap into my humanity a little bit, and I think I'm gonna get all of them, the 4 of them. I think I'm gonna grab them, kind of take them off to the side, kind of get us, the 4 of us, in a circle, and just be like, "Look, I understand this is shocking. I'm shocked. I know that this is something that all of us here. This is a place that is almost holy to us. This is a place that we've worked all of our lives to get to this place, to be here, to learn from the greatest minds. And I think it's safe to say that we might be the only 4 of our kind left. And I think as of right now, I think the only thing that we can really do is just stick together, hone our skills. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to find too many answers here, but I think that at some point or another, the 5 of us are going to have to come back here to this place. And we're probably going to have to rebuild this institution. Maybe not physically, but in terms of acquiring all of the knowledge that's here and mastering it. We also need to be very careful moving forward now, because if somebody just killed everybody here, the 5 of us can also be next. This was nothing short of almost an eradication, so we need to be very aware of that. But I think that if we stick together with my friends, I think we'll be okay. That's as best of a pep talk that she can give them.
They're all in. They're overwhelmed. They're split between staying here and researching through these archives. their entire goal was to come here and learn. The people might be dead, the teachers might be dead, but all of the knowledge is here.
Right.
Elvira does have sending, which means if one of them has a family who knows a cleric, we could send a message to that family suggesting they send a cleric to bring back at least one teacher.
Yeah, I like that idea. I also think we should find out if the Tinkerer can build a device that sort of, when you look in it, it's able to replay your memories. So that way, when people are asking, like, aside from actually saving our skin, which I think is a good idea, but I think it would be helpful to whoever's going to come and clean up this and try to maintain Calthax to see the last things such as we saw, the words being written, the shadow, the person appearing and disappearing out of the mist, because this is a very specific attack on this place to bring down the House of the Mind. It is their core. It is their entire cerebrum of their mind here. So it is, like you said, Ivy, like a direct removal. So I think it could be beneficial to speak with the Tinkerer about pulling such a device to pull such memories.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Sky is also just thinking, the Emperor is dead. The House of the Mind is... Where is the House of the Heart? I need to know if they did this or if they are also in danger. We might need to get there ASAP.
We have the lighthouse. If we can figure out how to, where the thing is that we need to do to attune ourselves to it so that we can go places.
Except for the lighthouse can only send us to where we've been. So we would have to go from here back to Kamach Kalan, get on the ship that goes to Matria, which was like a long-ass journey, which we had to stop in Socotra for. So that is a very long time.
Dear Acolytes, we need information. As you are studying, and I'm going to send them out into the library, I'm like, all right, we need to find spells for sending. Elvira's going to go talk to the Tinkerer. We also need to find transport spells. We need to learn this shit. And I'm just going to kind of start, organizing research almost in a way that a sorcerer would, instinctively understand how to go about finding this stuff. I don't understand libraries. I don't understand wizards and how they, learn it. It just happens to me. But I'm like, there are spells that move us. We need to get to Matria.
See if you can.
My little ones go.
See if you can find anything with the glyphs for teleport circles. Maybe there's a teleport circle in Matria, because they'd have to have some way to get back and forth.
Yeah.
And maybe
if I'm not mistaken, the lighthouse function off of a teleport circle style spell.
Right. So if we can learn the spell, maybe transport from here to the lighthouse that we haven't. We need a shortcut.
Yeah.
While you're talking to Tinkerer and sending for a cleric to maybe bring back at least one of the head folks. But I'm real worried about the House of the Heart now with the Emperor and the House of the Mind down.
Yes. Good. The good news is Ivy has been to the continent. She's been to some of these places. And you are all leveling up. You level up to level 9. And if I'm correct, could be wrong, that will open up Ivy to level 5 spells.
Ooh.
Is that true? I don't know that that's true.
Know. I'm about to find out.
It might be true.
If so, one of the 5th level spells is Teleport Circle.
There you go.
Yep.
Which you need to know the runes for the place you're trying to go to, but it might be options.
Yep. Meanwhile, Sai, what message would you like to send? 25 words.
I don't have it. Elvira does. So I was just trying to talk to the Acolytes to find out whose family has connections and could send a cleric. But I wouldn't be the one doing the talking. I'm just trying to make sure communication is had.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say something probably along the lines of emergency, please, send to Calthax, has been an attack. I don't know how many words that is. And I would make sure to include to whichever family we decide to send to that their child is okay. So a name is okay and here.
But need resurrection cleric.
You get back a quick message.
Yeah, cleric also.
War is coming. Keep yourself safe. Don't come here. We love you. To Selenium.
And this is from Asperon?
Yep.
Yeah, we have a problem.
I do have that does open up level 5, so I just grabbed
For me too, if I don't turn back into a tree, which we'll find out about.
teleportation, so I grabbed it.
All right, we're not going to move ahead this week, but we're running low on time. We got a lot done. How did you like the plush toy cage?
That was good.
Cute.
That was fun.
That was.
I didn't know if that would be a 10-minute encounter or a 2-hour encounter.
I like the fact that it was hard enough that the acolytes had to start acting. Like part of this whole arc with the teaching them and that kind of thing. It was nice to have the
I'm
right.
very curious to see if you would throw them to the wolves first to see what happens.
Obviously, I wanted I was ready to be sacrifice the babies. We'll get them out later.
I was like, I wonder if they're just going to send them in there and see what happens.
I mean, Ivy's now the Archmage, and these are her loyal apprentices.
That's right. Oh, God, no.
And they know what happens if they talk back.
Do you want? I'm just going to be like, are you not listening? Do you want to shake my hand? Do you want to shake my hand?
You want to graduate?
Do you want? I'm going to put you in detention, bro. Stop playing with me.
All right, Sai. So make a decision around, do you multi-class here? Do you go back to original recipe?
I will need to do some thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have it ready by next week. I'll figure it out and let you know.
Cool. All right, good stuff. Sonny can get to 9 o'clock. So good stuff. We'll see everyone next week. And then I will be out 2 weeks from now. You guys can have a big old fireside maybe and talk through what it all means. You'll learn more next week. All right. Congrats. Good job with Caljarta. Hopefully you got a little bit of a flavor of the 8 schools of magic. And oh, by the way, the acolytes have leveled up to level 2.
Ooh.
So,
Nice.
I is so proud of them when I hear the chime.
that's right.
I just start beaming.
That's right. You can just keep them alive.